I gave her the biggest hug that I could. And when she saw me, she's like, oh man, finally somebody I see that's on my side.
Right, they can relate.
She was getting hit with everything left and right. And I just said, I hugged her. I said, I'm so proud of you. I am so
An internship is just what's needed to put things right now that Cheryl Miller is on Caitlin's side. Let's get things straight. Cheryl Miller is more than simply a former basketball player. She is a legend who practically invented the idea of domination in women's basketball. While she slept, she used pure magic to set fortifications on fire. And it would be Cheryl Miller if anyone could improve Caitlin's performance. Cheryl is teaching her the technical aspects of the game and offering guidance on how to handle the hostility.
First of all, I'd like to congratulate the inductee class of 1995. I would like to thank the Hall of Fame. I'm sure that I'm going to forget some people out here, but I'd like to thank Linda Sharp, my coach at USC, Bill Wall, Lynn Berry, Annie Myers, Coach Pat Summit, my mom and dad, my friends, my family. I remember reading.
Cheryl is well aware of the demands to stand out because she has been through them herself. According to Reading Once, Hush. She is now giving Caitlin advice on how to deal with the unique combination of skill and jealousy that she experiences in the WNBA, a league that far too often treats up-and-coming talent like threats. The collaboration between Caitlin and Cheryl Miller is excellent. Since Cheryl is an outlier who stands out so much that she makes everyone around her feel like they need to prove something, it's interesting to think how the WNBA players may be feeling right now. This is a very different kind of mentoring.
Pioneers who made their marks on the hardwood, superstars of a growing sport. These are the legends of our game.
She was one of the greatest college players ever, a scholastic icon who helped the game climb to new popularity, Cheryl Miller. This two-time National High School Player of the Year received more than 250 scholarship offers. She picked USC and lived up to every expectation. This four-time All-American set USC career records for scoring, rebounding, free throws made, and steals. Those records still stand today. When her teams won NCAA titles in 1983 and 1984, she was tournament MVP each time. She was just as dominant for the 1984 Olympic gold medal team. She had a strong second act as a coach and a broadcaster. And in 1995, earned induction into the basketball.
Because while you're watching Caitlin, she's getting play-by-play training from a real legend under Cheryl's guidance. Caitlin has a strong grasp of skills thinking and, let's be honest, how to remain calm when confronted with fears.
Nelson Adota trying to save it and does. And now Clark comes up with a steal. Clark thought about pulling up from three, will dip inside and lay it in. There are the first points in the WNBA career of Caitlin Clark.
Take it at the rim. Here, hesitation. You have to come out on her. It goes the...
Cheryl's idea is very simple. You give them buckets when they demonstrate your hatred. Caitlin is learning from someone who has been through everything and understands exactly how to handle it, which makes this connection unique. What happens when Caitlin signs with the WNBA? Most of you so-called experts would rather disparage her than recognize her abilities. She is nearly half the court in terms of her wild range, maneuvers, and attitude. Although the league claims to be interested in skill, some of you act as though you would prefer to watch her fail than see the WNBA advance. This has nothing to do with her stealing your thunder. Rather than expressing appreciation, Stephen Curry gets side-eye and chilly shoulders. Let's not act as though this doesn't occur often. Caitlin is not here to replace you. She is here to make the game better. Instead, some of you feel threatened.
That one down, and it's a big one. That's old. Clark has space. She's going to let it fly, and she's going to connect. Oh, Caitlin Clark. She waited to prime time to connect from deep. NCAA ranks. We've got some score power on the court. Watch that inside hand, that left hand. Caitlin Clark gets away with a little shove inside, creates that space. Gus is saying, too much. Long rebound to the Fever. Oh, back bend like that. Don't wait. Transition defense.
Regardless of the cause, Cheryl is teaching Caitlin to suppress her unpleasant emotions. Is it because she's breaking ankles and pulling up from the logo? Or is it because, while you're busy subweeding each other, she's quickly becoming a fan favorite? This is most likely how Cheryl would advise Caitlin. They don't want to be blinded by your ability to make three-pointers. Because of her vast expertise, she managed to weather the storm and still earned respect. Caitlin is learning from her how to play her game without fear, to own every swish, every step-back three, and every move that makes other WNBA players shiver with envy. Furthermore, the worst of it has been witnessed by Cheryl. Thus, Caitlin is in capable hands. Fans have been anticipating the WNBA All-Star Game ever since it was announced that rookies Caitlin Clark and Angel Reese had been selected to the 2024 WNBA All-Star Team. The question of whether Clark or Reese would start for the WNBA squad, which is led by renowned women's basketball player Cheryl Miller, has been hotly debated ever since. However, with the recent announcement of the WNBA starting five, the questions may finally have an answer.
Corner, and Clark doing it with some defense. Comes up with the block, and then Lexi Hull finds her. Fever back within 4. Ball is trying to create. Shot clock down to 9. Here as Clark gets inside, the scoop shot falls. Indiana scoring, has done it from the three-point line, has gotten to the rim, and she'll head to the foul line here momentarily.
And Caitlin Clark received her final blessing after being indisputably chosen as the team's starting point guard. Additionally, we got Connecticut Sun forward Danana Boner, Seattle Storm forward Nneka Ike, Dallas Wings guard AR, and New York Liberty center Jonquil Jones. Ogunbali Miller has praised Clark's on- and off-court abilities all week long, despite the fact that she isn't currently in charge of a squad court. However, Miller had the exceptional chance to coach rookie stars Caitlin Clark and Angel Reese, who are usually presented as competitors in the media, as the head coach of the WNBA squad at the 2024 WNBA All-Star Game. During a September 3rd interview on The Mark Jackson Show, Miller also made a clear remark about the purported hostility between these two 22-year-old international celebrities.
Jump out the gym. She's not like your 6'6", 6'5", which gives her a height advantage, a length advantage. So it has to be here. It has to be here. Because I've never seen someone offensively rebound better than her. Better than her. And she reminds me of that mentality of Dennis Rodman. Anything around the rim, loose around there, she gonna get. She gonna find a way. She just, and they used to call it, he has a nose for the ball. No, it's just something in them that every loose ball, they gonna find a way. Runs the floor, great hands, understanding. Those two being on the floor shattered whatever narrative people were trying to push. I don't want animosity. I mean, it was fun while it lasted. But these guys, all they want to do is win. And seeing them interact off the court and shoot around and everything else, it was fun. It was a lot of fun, guys. And it was such a blessing to be a part.
Cheryl Reeve's Team USA was defeated by the WNBA team 117-109. She was the team's head coach, even though she wanted to beat Team USA. Miller was more concerned with making sure that everyone she was mentoring had a good time that weekend, especially the newcomers Caitlin Clark and Angel Reese. It's funny because instead of attempting to recognize Caitlin's beauty, some of you WNBA veterans are behaving as though she is the reason ESPN took down your highlights. Caitlin knows that Cheryl's knowledge is behind her, supporting her moves and thinking, so every time she lights up the court, Cheryl advises her to keep her head up and enter the arena with pride. While Caitlin is out there taking shots from the parking lot, you guys are perspiring more than LeBron is during the finals. Or how about when Caitlin uses a step-back three to send opponents reeling? She resembles Allen Iverson in his heyday. Rather than treating some of your WNBA players with respect, you insult them and make them run for their trainers. Show her kindness. Continues to stare as she sinks another 30-footer as though it were no big deal since Cheryl is supporting her despite being just another rookie and Caitlin knows how to manage the fire. This link is not merely important. It is historic. The coaching of Lucic Donick by Michael Jordan is comparable to that of Caitlin Clark and Cheryl Miller. There are irrevocable repercussions when two basketball players with such high IQs team up. Caitlin is being guided by Cheryl, who is teaching her how to deal with criticism and preparing her for success in a league that sometimes ignores extraordinary potential until it's too late.
Got a little fiery attitude going back, just all competitive. And that's what it's about. And she's ready for this moment, as I said in that first half, and she is showing and proving why right now.
Atkins off the window.
Harrington off the mark as Clark steps into a three. Connecticut, second last in the league in three-point percentage, just under 29%. Clark heaves and
It's time for all of you WNBA players to confront the facts. Cheryl's influence is making Caitlin stronger. She is competing for highlights, MVPs, and records. And she's doing it with Cheryl Miller's support. While you're busy griping about Caitlin's incredible stats, such as prime Shaq under the rim, the fact is that Caitlin is doing it gracefully and with the support of one of the most respected names in the game, whereas Shaw was at least well known for his power. The most significant narrative twist in the WNBA saga is the union of Caitlin Clark and Cheryl Miller. This is a wake-up call because Caitlin and Cheryl Miller are creating a legacy in spite of your criticism. When you see Caitlin Clark dominate the court, remember that she has Cheryl Miller on her side. As you're squabbling about how to counter her, Cheryl has probably already taught her 5 more ways to completely overwhelm your defense. With a league that has been so hesitant to accept ACC, Caitlin has the raw talent, and Cheryl is teaching her how to make it renowned. Caitlin is unrepentant and has the legend's backing when she shows up.
Clark outside, and that's good.
Clark trying to shake free Mabry all over her. Here is Clark. Clark separating, taking, and hitting. Caitlin Clark with a difficult look from deep. A locked-in face.
Locked-in face.
Clark a deep three. You bet. Could have held for one, did not, but able to hit. Here's the flick ahead. Melissa Smith lays it in on the delivery from Clark. She finally missed one. Kennedy Carter had been 6 for 6 from the floor. Here's Clark. Finds the cutter. Boston inside for
WNBA, get ready. You have 2 options. Take the initiative or keep saying Caitlin isn't the real deal. However, you can be certain that Cheryl Miller's trainee has her consent for every shot she makes and every record she breaks. She isn't here to blend in. She's here to change things.